Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, anywhere in the world where you hear us. Once again, accompanying you and entertaining your afternoons. In this occasion, we are accompanied by Melissa Navarrete, John Gomez, Gabriela Lopez, Victor Sarango, and who is speaking to you, Nicolai Razo. Each of us will tell a story of his childhood, and the best story will take a great prize. Now let's get started with Melissa Navarrete.
Thank you, Nikolai. I have to say first that when we are children, we think we are independent, and in consequence, we are disobedient and suffer from many accidents. So, I will tell you my childhood story. I remember when I was 10 years old approximately, I went to the beach with my family. I loved to swim in the sea, so I used to stay almost all day there. One day, I went swimming in the sea only with my father. The rest of my family stayed in the tent. Then my dad said, "Wait for me here in the seashore. I'm going to swim for a few minutes." But I didn't want to wait for him and tried to go to the tent by myself, but I got lost. I walked almost 1 kilometer in the same direction, but fortunately, my family found me. They came running, and I have to say I was really scared because I thought that I was not going to see them anymore. So, in conclusion, I have to say that I learned that we always have to obey our parents, especially when we are kids.
I like to think generally that in the world exist many people who are good, who feels, who helps, and gives time to everyone who needs. I lived that type of situations in my childhood times. I remember a long time ago when I studied at school, maybe I was between 6 or 7 years old. I remember that I was in classes and the teacher says, "For the Olympics Day, I need a father. He have to be the pet of the course." Immediately, I raised my hand and without hesitation, I said, "My dad can be the pet. He's not busy." When I got home, I told my dad that he have to be the pet that day, but I didn't think how busy was him in that time. He only says, "Yes, I will be there, son." The days before the event, I saw my dad really tired because of work. I wanted to say that if you can come, it's okay. Maybe another parent can be the pet. But he said, "No, I promise you that I will be there." The day of the event, he was there, really happy and funny. It was beautiful for me. Since that day, he has never failed me. He is always for me. He has educated so well that my family says that I like him. In life, you can meet many people, must bad. In life, you can meet many people, must bad, but also good people, like my dad. That never fails me. A person's attitude can completely change an ordinary day.
Thank you, Nico. My name is Victor. I was born in Saraguro, Loja. My childhood was equal to that of many children. I grew up with my three brothers and my sister, and my parents. What I remember most from my childhood is when my first day of school class. Why I didn't want to go since I had become very fond of my kindergarten. It was like my second home. Because my sister was also there, that day I cried a lot when my dad took me to my classroom. From there, I started to meet many people incredible, but it also made me think that all people are bad until you know her. This was a small part of my life. Thank you.
I like to think gently that people are good, and no matter in what situation they find, they always are going to act honestly, or they're going to try to help. For my luck, this was one case. I remember one day, when I was a child, my grandmother went to the hairdressing salon with my aunt. She told me that I have to wait on KFC. Inside, the games for children. I said yes, but I truly didn't hear her because I was playing while she was talking. While I was playing, I felt like an ice cream. I left the playground and started looking for my grandmother, but I didn't find her, so I got scared. I was worried because I thought that she forgot me, so I ran out of the local and tried to search for her. Instead, I found a woman who asked me if I was lost. I said yes because I was pretty desperate. The woman took me to the security of the mall and tried to call me. The security called to my grandmother and she came to see me. The woman could kidnap me or she could just ignore me, but she didn't. She helped me, and I can do the same for others.
Okay, thank you, Gabriela, and to all the participants. Now, I will tell you my story. First of all, I have to tell you that I like to think that I can do everything by myself and I don't need any help from anyone. But the truth is that all persons need help from someone to achieve something. I remember one day I was waiting for my dad to carry on me to home, and I got stressed and anxious. I waited him 10 or 15 minutes, and I got anxious because my dad used to be on time, so I thought that he hoped I go to his office that was in Diego de Almagro and whimper. So I left the place where I was and started walking without knowing where to go until I arrived. When I arrived, my dad was not there and I got scared. After in 1 minute, my dad came and hugged me and told me never to go anywhere without him. In conclusion, I can say that parents will always be aware of their children even when they do not need them. And the winner of this contest is Melissa Navarrete, and we officially deliver a brand new microwave. Congratulations, Melissa!